Yes.
Hello, I'm Mamta Best, and I'm very happy to welcome all of you to this session on behalf of Including You team. This event is also the closing event for the current season of Women for Women program by Expect Spouses Initiative and Living in program from the city of Indore. And I'm very glad to say that I'm one of the international talent in the current season. So moving and relocation can easily be overwhelming, but moving with a family comes with its own set of challenges, especially for the dual career couples. While many organizations do not really think this as their concern, TUE has a different approach to it. So today we are here to discuss about the talent attraction in dual career at TUE. We will start the session with a presentation and then we have 10 minutes for the Q&A, and where I'm looking forward to share your questions with our speakers today. So without further delay, I would like to welcome Susan and Cindy from TUE. Susan is the HR advisor and Cindy is the talent attraction lead from TUE. Welcome, Susan and Cindy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And thanks to all of you that have decided to join us online today. I think Susan and I would like to give you actually just a little teaser as to what we've done for our dual career program. We do have a presentation for you, but I really encourage you to ask questions along the way. Also, please feel free to reach out to Susan or I on LinkedIn, and we're happy to inspire you further with if you're thinking about, hey, we'd like to set up a dual career program. How do we do that? Or what are the lessons you've learned? Please feel to reach out to us because we're happy to help further. So I'll give you a little bit of background on what we're doing at Eindhoven that makes our program successful and perhaps a little bit different than the average program that you've seen. So what makes our program unique is that we start actually from the very beginning of the recruitment process. And that is unique in the sense that a lot of times it's done at the end in terms of thinking of, oh yeah, okay, now we have someone that's accepted an offer. Ah yeah, and by the way, they have a partner. So then it's afterwards that they think, okay, how do we deal with the partner? And what we've said as a university is we think it's very important from the beginning to think about the entire family and how can we best support them. So we know that out of all the people that we're hiring, especially coming from abroad, that 80% of the offers that are declined as a result of the potential issues with the partner's career. So we have said, okay, how can we help in that process to reduce declined offers and turn that situation around? We also know, which is very interesting, that 89% of international partners were employed before they moved. So they have been successful in their career. They do want to take a next step and they are employable. So the question is, how do we help them? And interestingly enough, 95% of international partners have an education of at least a bachelor's, if not higher. When we think about the people that we are considering hiring, we know, especially those coming from abroad, that there are a multitude of factors that come into making a decision. Some of them include, of course, salary. That's a known commodity, let's say, but other things include, of course, the family. That could be the children. What do they need for schooling? How will we settle in a culture that's different from what we're used to? What are the social needs? What are the challenges for the partner? So we've taken all of these together and said, okay, how do we have an impact on these factors and what can we do? So we've said, as I mentioned before, that we would like to create a program that supports the partners. And in that process, we've said, okay, we'd like to do it from the very beginning to support people in their decision-making process. So not at the end, but more at the beginning to let them know we care about you, we want to be there for you, we want to help you and your entire family. So we partnered together with Expat Spouse Initiative, together with Kavita and her team, and said, how can we create a program to help the partners? So we've said, okay, we'd like to connect with the partners early on So that means actually from the very beginning, so from the time that we say to a candidate, we're interested in you for this position, and we ask the candidate, what is your personal situation? Are you coming with a partner? Do you have children? How can we best support you? So in that process, then we connect already with Expat Spouse Initiative and say, okay, we have a potential person that we'd like to hire. They come with a partner, and we'd like to support them in that partner's career. So we've created a unique program. It has basically two essential components of it, and it's all customized. So every person has one-on-one coaching. So it's not in a group setting. It's all very one-on-one because everybody has their own unique situation. So initially, ESI will set up a briefing, what we call career briefing with the partner. And from there, they will say, okay, what is the landscape like in Eindhoven for employment? What do I expect for recruitment in the Netherlands? Is it different from the country that I'm coming from? What are the international roadblocks? Are you, by chance, licensed in your home country? And will that license carry forward to the Netherlands? What are companies that you could be interested in? And what is the background of your partner? So they look at really on a personal level, what are their needs? What is the background? And how can we support them? And then they go into basically what we call a career roadmap. And that is looking at, okay, we understand your background. How do we help you before the move? And how do we help you after the move? So looking at all of the needs and then putting it together and taking them step by step through the process. So from before the move to during the move to after the move. And in the end, we know it's essentially always a story. So it's engaging the partner and the candidate that we're in contact with. So how do we help them? How do we support them? Not only how do we attract them, but how do we retain them? And that's essentially the essence of the program that we've created together with Expat Spouse Initiative. Thank you. Are there any questions?
Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Cindy. That's really great and very insightful. Way ahead that I can see that that EU has taken that we understand this whole of moving to a new place is a family strategy. It's not only important for the talent who is coming in, also for the entire family. At time it is exciting, but at the same time, you have so many things running in your mind when you're taking such a big step.
Yeah.
If more and more organizations in the Brain Forward region, like TUE, take this initiative as their priority, it's definitely going to help, people moving in, especially the dual career people, to make this transition more smoother.
Yeah, definitely. That's our goal of it is to help people to make that transition as smooth as possible, because we know that if the partner is not happy, then the person we've hired is also not happy, and ultimately it's not a success. So we need to find the components to help reduce the amount of potential issues to be as small as possible. So that's the purpose of the program.
So true, because, maybe the organizations are thinking that, this is something to do with the households of the employees. Do we really have to take this as a concern?
Yeah.
But then studies have proven that, if the employee is not able to balance things at the personal space, that really impacts the professional space as well. And it is really important, to make sure that, the support is coming away. Yes. So we do see, there are some good questions that we have here. So one is from Jan. He says, who is the lead for developing a dual career policy? Who are involved in the execution?
Yeah, so at least at the university here, that's a combination. Not only we have policy advisors, but we also have together HR and then recruitment. So it's a bit of a threesome that's responsible for ultimately making it a success and defining it.
Nice. Yeah, I think it is important, it's about, okay, the subject matter expert, but then, There are other people from the organization, especially the leaders, also have the buy-in for this program, which really makes them successful. Continuing to that, he has another question here is, what are your main 3 challenges for upcoming years in view of dual career strategies making more successful?
Yeah. I think our biggest challenge is, especially for us as a university, something I haven't seen before, but we see actually a lot of people that we hire in academia actually have partners that are also in academia. So one of our biggest problems is actually quite unique to a university, because the partner is also coming in academia. And then we run the challenge of, can we offer them something in the university, but of course they cannot be in the same department. So, and then if we want to go outside the scope of that, then where do they fit? Because there are not a lot of universities really close to us that would have the same needs. So that's one of our biggest challenges, I would say. And the other is probably helping people that come with unique skill sets. For example, we hired somebody whose partner was an attorney in Italy. And yeah, then of course it makes it very difficult to find employment in the Netherlands, because of course you're not licensed as an attorney in the Netherlands. So some of those things are ongoing issues that we have to work with. And I think ESI has done a really good job, because part of the partner support program is helping people recognize, okay, how can you be realistic in your expectations of what can my partner do when we move? So it might not be the same thing that they're doing today. So it's also a bit realigning expectations of, okay, what is realistic? And that's actually a really important step in the process as well too. So, but also a large challenge too, because yeah, you have the ideal world before you move, and then the reality sets in of, okay, it could be different than what we had expected.
True. And I can definitely emphasize on that expectation setting that you said. I really like that part of it, because I think that's very important. You know, being an HR professional myself, I can see that before you onboard somebody, you know, and you set the right expectation, you give them the real-time scenario they will face, you know, when they're taking up these jobs that you're offering. It really helps, you know, build the trust factor starts from there. You know, the person who is coming in, they will know, okay, you know, the organization is really giving me the right kind of information, which will be very important and valuable for me, you know, for the survival in the new country. And I'm sure this really helps the newcomers coming to you and before accepting the offers from your side. I really like that part of it. So yeah, of course, we have more question coming in here. So we have Amrita asking this, that what are the criterions in play with respect to expecting the dual career program?
Could you say that again? What are the
criteria in play with respect to the executing of this dual career program?
Oh, what are the criteria? I'm sorry. You now see I'm working from home and I have 2 dogs that decided to start barking.
Oh, that's absolutely fine. I think this is the new norm of working. And I really like something we discussed about this in the previous presentation. We have all of these things happening around, but then I think people are more understanding and that we absolutely fine.
We're all human. Okay, no, I understand the question. Susan, do you want to answer it, or do you want me to pick it up? Either one. You want me to answer it? Okay, no problem. So the important criteria in setting up a partner program, I think, are thinking about, okay, where does your opportunity come from? So in our situation, we were having people decline offers because their partners couldn't find an opportunity. So in our situation, we said, okay, we need to be able to support these partners as best possible. And how would that be? So I think one of the criteria is really important, is really one-on-one. So really getting individual coaching. And to be honest, perhaps we even need to take it a step further and look at really connecting people with a recruiter. We do, as recruiters, we do a lot ourselves to try and connect people to the right network. It's really individual work. It's really customized one-on-one work. And you have to create a program that can accommodate that. And I think the other thing is that's important is managing expectations. So what are you creating a program for, and what do you hope to deliver with that program so that people understand that? Because a lot of times people, they do want a job at the end of the day, and that's actually not what our program is for, is to help people ultimately find a job, but to help them to get down that path. So again, managing expectations, but yet supporting them. So I think those are two important criteria in the program.
Thank you, Cindy. So the next one that we have here, I'm really happy, we have so many questions coming.
Yeah, that's good.
The next one that we have is, okay, from our own talent from the current season, Elena, and she says, does TUE facilitate communication with other universities if another partner is also an academic?
Yeah, we definitely try to partner with other universities, especially when it comes to helping a partner find a job. So it's a lot of one-on-one connecting with your own network and figuring out, okay, how can I connect with another university? So I think we, as a university, we also do a very good job of trying to support people and help people. And we definitely use whoever we can to connect to the right channel at other universities. So we, for sure, there's no formal program or there's no formal agreement, let's say, with other universities, but in a very informal basis, we definitely try to do that. So, yeah.
All right. Thank you, Cindy, for answering that. So this is something that I really wanted, interested in knowing, because one of the main reason I'm sure is retention that you have kept in mind, while creating this program for the employees of TUE. Do you see on grounds it has really worked the way you actually had the expectation from this program when it comes to retention as a factor? Because what I have seen, being an expat and the community that I am involved in, most of the time what happens is, you have this talent who has come and the company has really invested on this talent, onboarding them. But then at the same time, if the partner, accompanying partner has not got a job in like first 1 or 1.5 year, they think of relocating to a different country altogether, or going back to their home country. This is one of the scenario I have seen very often happening in the community that I am aware of. So do you see that the retention part has really been addressed by having such policies in place?
Yeah. I think we're a little bit too early into rolling out the program to say, okay, what is the impact? Because we've only had the program, let's say, the past 2 years. So we are still quite early in the program to say, okay, what is the impact on retention? What I do see, though, are just today I had an email from somebody of someone that we hired back in 2018, and hey, her partner is still looking for employment. Could we by chance connect them to the partner support program? So I do see the need out there and people wanting it. So it's good to know that even people that we've hired in the past couple of years are coming with the question back, hey, can you still support my partner? So I can't say yet anything about retention per se, but I can say that the need is very high.
All right. So Susan, do you have anything to add, on what Cindy has already shared with us, about this whole approach, where we're saying that, we're reimagining the entire recruitment process with empathy while having this program in place?
Well, what I would like to add to the things that Cindy has already said is that, of course, it's very well received on the employee side and the partner of the person that is taking a job at the university. But I also see that my managers really feel happy that that we assist their future employees in such a way. It makes the recruitment process easier. I did notice that. So it really helps to attract talent. I've really noticed that. And of course, maybe it's a little bit too early to see what the success of the program will be in the course of the following years. But I have to admit that the first results are very promising. So I think it's a very good thing that we have implemented this program at the university. And it's just really good to see that the partners that travel with our employee, let's just say, to the Netherlands, that they are so happy with the support that they receive. And that in itself makes it really a valuable program, I think, for us also to participate in.
Yeah. I'll maybe just add on to that as well too. I think definitely, at least from my perspective as a recruiter, I'm really grateful that I can from day one offer the partner support. And to be honest, I mean, I have had a situation where even that offering of support has enabled somebody to say yes to accepting the job, even though we haven't even started to support the partner, but just knowing that they have support gives them, that warm feeling of, okay, it will all work out okay, So as a recruiter, I'm very, very grateful to have this as one of the toolkits in our list of benefits that we give our potential employees. So yeah, it makes my job easier.
I can understand that. And I'm sure, for a few of the people applying for these jobs at the university, when they hear about such programs, it might be very surprising for them, because this is not every organization is actually currently thinking of, and you have very well understood the need here, because, when the other accompanying partner comes here with different skill set, and sometimes it is very difficult for you also to give a guarantee that, yes, of course, we have this program. We will be giving you all kind of a support that you need. We will help you understand, with this job, what other challenges that you will face, when you're moving in with the family here. But then, as you rightly said, even knowing about something like this, a support system which is in place, will make the new joiners really feel good about joining any organization, because they wouldn't have heard about it from so many other people. Colleagues.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I always say in recruitment, people ultimately make decisions based on their gut, on emotion. I mean, at the end of the day, we all make choices based on our gut feeling, and that's in emotion. So if you can connect to people, with a true program that does add value, not just connecting emotionally, but adding something to them that gives value to them, that helps them in the decision-making process. And I think that's really important. I mean, even our scope right now is just assistant, associate, and full professors, but we even have partners from PhD and postdocs that say, hey, can my partner also join in? Yeah, we have to limit our scope right now because we do hire really a lot of PhDs and postdocs. So that's maybe a bit much for us right now, but we do see that need out there as well too. So we have to disappoint some people and say, okay, yeah, sorry, we can't do it yet, but maybe in the future we need to rethink that. But that's also where we see the need coming from. So it does work.
And I really like the part of, collaborating, or at least showing them the right direction, the way you have collaboration with Expect Spouse Initiative. I myself can see, the kind of experience that I have gained being part of Women for Women program in last 3-4 months. The ambassadors have been so helpful, so approachable, and the kind of network that I have built for myself. So the platform offers so much for people, expect spouses like us, where we connect with. The best part is, you connect with so many other females, as talents, that that you are not alone. In this. There are so many other people around who are sailing through the same journey, and it's a motivation. It's a feel-good factor that you get. And at the same time, you are connecting with those ambassadors, and they are helping you connect with their wider network. So I have seen for a few people, it has really worked well, where they were able to find the right job, matching their skill set. And at the same time, as you rightly said, there are few skills within the brain portals, and here you will see it's difficult to find the job, the kind of job that they were doing in their home country. And PSI really helps them finding out different ways of looking at their whole job search journey here. And the program really supports the spouses to kind of build the competencies which are required, in the region. So that way, even if you're connecting the spouses with the right set of programs, that itself is a big thing, I can say. And I'm sure employees are lacking that part of the whole program that you have.
Yeah.
Nice. So, okay, we have another question here. great work. In the past 2 years, how many participants have you had in this program?
I'm going to give a ballpark number because I don't know that off the top of my head, but I'm going to say somewhere between 10 to 15.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think these are the questions that we have
Okay.
from the audiences. And I think we're just sticking the time also. We have like 2 more minutes to go or 3 more minutes to go. Is there anything towards the end you would like to add to this, Cindy or Susan?
Oops, Susan, you're on mute.
It's just, I think in the society nowadays, where you have more people within a family that actually have a career, it's just really important to be inclusive when you start to recruit people, and that you take into consideration that the person that is coming to your company will also bring a spouse that is in need of new perspectives as well. So I think this is very important for employers to take into mind.
Yeah.
I agree to that. Wonderful insight, Susan. And I hope, I have, I'm sure, so many other people from different organizations, who are watching us right now. And I'll be really happy, if they take few of the approaches within their own organization. And we have more and more organizations within the Brain for a Reason having such programs, which will really help, the employee, not only the employee, but the entire family integrate well when they take such a big decision in their life. Thank you so much, Susan and Cindy, for joining us today and sharing the insights and sharing the program details with us. It was wonderful having you here. And thank you to all the audiences for being part of the program. It was wonderful having you all here. And stay tuned. We have more and more sessions lined up for today. And have a good day. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thank you.